Hello everyone, hello. I guess I can't start this one off with my usual welcome back my friends, welcome back. I think more long time no see is in order, guys. Yes, I've been gone. I didn't look before I came, but it's well over a year, probably about a year and a half since I did my last video. This one is going to be against my nature. I'm going to try to make it very short and sweet. But the bottom line is I'm planning to come back. I'm going to come back and try to do pretty routine videos. So this one's just a where I've been and what my plans moving forward are. And the hope that, keep watching. And I'm thinking maybe this is a good moment to kind of reboot and go back to the beginning. Now that I got some years behind me, I can talk with a little bit of authority now. I'm certainly no longtime veteran, but I'm almost to my 4th year anniversary with Prime. I walked onto campus in February 21st of 22, I believe, yeah. So getting close to my 4-year anniversary. But again, short and sweet, Scott, short and sweet. Glad to be back. Where have I been? I'm still with Prime. I haven't left Prime, and I'm happy with Prime. No company's perfect. There's a few things here and there I probably would have done a little differently if I had the means, but I'm happy. I'm really enjoying my career and enjoy being with Prime, despite what everybody else says is impossible. But again, I gotta watch the tangents. This will be a 30-minute video and I won't get to the point. But yes, I do plan to make videos again. Where I've been training almost non-stop. From the time of my last video, I think my next to last video, the last 2 were with my first trainee. Since then, I've done 6 total. 2 were both the PSD and the TNT. For those of you not with Prime, the PSD is the short training that you get to pass the test. A little bit over the road, a little bit of pad stuff, and then the TNT is the roughly 3 months of team driving. I've done 2 PSD and TNTs together. I did both. And then from then on, I did 4 more TNTs, just TNT. Out of the 6, all 6 made it. 5 of the 6 made it. One of them, all of them made it through the whole training and everything, and moved on. One of them had to get off the truck, and I missed my opportunity to do a real kicked my student off the truck video, as opposed to the mock ones where I drop them off at home or something for home time, that kind of thing. But that's what I've been doing, and I thought I could do YouTube and that, but one thing I've learned, and I know some people do it, but when you're, at least for me, when I'm living with someone, there's privacy issues, all kinds of stuff. I'm thinking for 2. It's not just me solo, and I can kind of go by the seat of my pants, when I'm alone, but I'm thinking for 2. I got training on my mind. I'm scared to death sometimes, trying to get some sleep while I've got a brand new trucker driving in ice or something. No, I'm up for that. But anyway, yeah, it's been interesting to say the least, but I just have not been able to find the brain space or mood or whatever you need to do a good YouTube video while all that's going on. So it wasn't intentional, but it just kind of went by the wayside. It just naturally became kind of a lower priority with me. Right now I'm solo. Oh, one thing I didn't say, and maybe I'll start just to get them out there, a few pictures while I'm at it. I did the 6 trainings basically back to back. There was maybe a week or 2 of solo here and there in between. But for the most part, I've been non-stop training for about a year and a half. Then, I think it was actually Thanksgiving, this past Thanksgiving, my oldest daughter came out with me for about a month. So like I said, I'm going to start showing just some pictures that she took from her experience on the truck or whatnot. She was a wonderful passenger. I don't think this is going to be for her. I'm not talking about trucking, but just passenger riding for a month in a truck. I don't think it was overall her cup of tea. She enjoyed the scenery, and was a great partner to have on here. She was a good companion. She did great. She did better than some of my trainees as far as the lifestyle out here. Yeah, she was with me for about a month. So anyway, that was fun. Right now, about a month into my back on solo. First time I've been back to solo in a year and a half. And man, I don't know what the other drivers are seeing right now, but it's been the best solo month ever for me. They've kept me rocking and rolling, and the money seems to be getting a little better here and there. Doing much better this month than I ever have solo. So fingers crossed, knock on wood, that this continues. So where I'm going, Santa was very good to me this year. Santa brought me a laptop. Santa got me a GoPro and a whole package deal of a bunch of different kind of mounts and things like that. Got me a cool, I got a GoPro, but I also got a cool, I guess you call it like a body cam. It's a first person thing. I do have the one that goes on the head. It's like a strap thing that you put the giant Hawken camera on the top. Might find a use for that, but I think I would feel too silly. But what this one is it's a necklace that has like a metal plate. It has two parts, one that goes inside the shirt, one that goes outside the shirt. It's like a metal plate, and the camera has a magnet on it, so it just kind of magnetizes to your sternum and can do some kind of first-person shooting, that kind of thing. So that brings me to, I think, kind of why I winded down and how I'm planning to kind of remedy that. I talked about it quite a bit in my last few, well, probably more than my last few, because I'd been feeling it for a while. Frankly speaking, I was getting really bored listening and looking at myself just do this talking head, this style of video. It's easy. It's sometimes, it's the easiest way to get, a point across or whatever, if you have something to say. But for me, and I know some of y'all out there kept saying, just do the content, we enjoy it, but I was boring myself, and I was running out of things to talk about, to just sit here every few days and just babble on about whatever's happening. It was a channel that I would not have wanted to watch. So I think that's where kind of the little bit of lack of interest started going. Now with the toys, I've got GoPro, like I said, got some GoPro capability now. I'm still learning it. I've never used a GoPro before. I'll tell you right where I'm at. I've successfully done one test where I took a little video from the GoPro using my phone as the remote or whatever and transferred it to a program that I've downloaded on my laptop. That's where I'm at. So give me a little time, but I'm hoping to do a lot more scenic type stuff. I want to, do some cool angles on truck. If there's any YouTubers out there, Jim C, if you're still out there and watching, you have some really cool angles that you do on the truck underneath, and I've seen you really do great. Let me know, how you mount it, because I've got the package. It's a little overwhelming, all the different parts and pieces to it. How do you mount your plate, and interesting places, to mount it on the truck. I'm sure I can figure it out on my own, but if you got any good ideas, let me know. I'll be interested. But yeah, I'm hoping to do more scenic type stuff. Another thing I used to talk about was I never got into the advice business or tutorial business, because frankly I thought it was too new. Even if I had learned something, I just felt a little weird being preachy in my first year of doing these things. So I'm now, like I said, almost 4 years, and again, I'm not saying I'm Mr. Know-It-All on everything. I'm still learning every day. I'm still humbled every few days. Think I know something, and then trucking happens to you. So anyway, I do feel a little more confident in being able to speak with some authority. I'm going to keep it simple. My focus going forward is it's going to be what it used to be, which is all those people. I think my audience is primarily, or at least was primarily, people who were kind of on the fence. They're people interested in trucking, haven't quite jumped in with both feet yet, because it's a really difficult decision to drop everything in your life and take on a new career, so, especially one like trucking. So I'm here to help in that regard, giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly. The other thing I want to do is help the newer drivers. Just recently, maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. One of the things I do a lot when I'm, just entertaining myself here is just go on TikTok. I do a lot of TikTok doom scrolling, And for whatever reason, TikTok didn't know I was a trucker until about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Trucking was not really in my algorithm at all. Thankfully so. Because all of a sudden I started getting all of trucker TikTok. And no offense, I guess, to 80% of the trucker TikToks, but oh my God, the negativity. It's just bitch. It's just negativity, and every form of negativity you can have. It's, it's the older truckers bitching about the younger truckers. It's this company bitching about that company. It's new truckers crying and about to quit, because they're having such a rough time in their first year. It just put me in a bad mood in about 15 to 20 minutes. So I need to go in and figure out how to clear my feed or whatever and kind of start from scratch. But I imagine I'll just wind up back, in the TikTok trucker world or whatever. But that's simply, I get as frustrated as the next trucker, and a lot of the things they were screaming and yelling about, I've had frustration with that too. It's just not entertaining to me. It just puts me in a shitty mood. So for better or worse, those of you that have been with me know this, but I try to keep things kind of positive. And here's something that you don't hear very often in YouTube, Truckerland, or TikTok. I like my job. I'm actually enjoying myself. I'm hitting my stride. All those kind of rookie fears and anxieties are starting to go by the wayside, or have, and I can actually whistle while I go down the road now, not anxious about the next shipper or receiver. It's pleasant, and I think, again, here I go. I'm going off on a tangent, going a little off script, but I think a lot of these guys, that do nothing but, the ones where you see a struggling driver just, having trouble backing into a hole or whatever, and the guy is in the next one over filming him going, oh, this is this guy's 8th time trying to get his butt in the hole here. Well, why don't you get your ass out of the truck and help the guy? I absolutely hate that shit. Hate it, man. Everybody had a first year. Try to remember it. It's not a bad dude. It's just a guy trying to learn the ropes. And this is a hard job to learn. It becomes an easy job to do, in my opinion. But it's a hard job to learn, especially if you didn't get the greatest of trainings, or any training, which I'm hearing from most companies might be the deal. You get your CDL, they hand you the keys. Oh my God. I would not know what to do with myself if I had to go through a first year without the training that I got. I had a rough first year because I wasn't crazy about the training I had. PSD was good. Those of you in YouTube world, my trainer was Eric Odom from Driveline. He was great. PSD, fine. I don't want to lump him in. My TNT, he just had we'll just leave it. He had a style that didn't work for me. I'll put it that way. So I learned most of what I needed to know from him, but I did not learn to back. He tried, but his methods just didn't work for me. So I left TNT not knowing how to back, which is a recipe for a really, really horrible first year, which is what I had. So anyway, the two things I want to do is, again, try to give you as much information as you need to know to make the jump to trucking in general, not necessarily prime. I really don't talk about prime specifically all that much, honestly. I like it. I've enjoyed working here. But it's really not the focus of my channel. I do mention it from time to time, but really, just anybody out there that's thinking about moving into trucking, I think this is a good channel for you if you're new to me. I do tell you the good and the bad, the ugly, straightforward. I'm very honest about myself. I don't sit back here and act like I'm the coolest guy on earth, and that I know everything and, nothing phases me, that kind of thing. Far from it. This is a tough job to learn, so I do pass that on. And I want to help new people. So I do think I've gotten enough experience under my belt that I can do some tutorials and speak from some authority on some of these things. Again, I'm not pretending to be a 20-year veteran. I am a 4-year veteran almost. And but I do feel like I can jump off that cliff and go into a little bit more advice. I just didn't feel comfortable doing that early on as a rookie. I've seen truckers right out of the gate doing these advice videos, you know, hacks and things like that, like they've been doing it for years, and it's just a little cringy. So I think I've hit that point. So anyway, just let you know, I'm back. I'm not dead. Still with Prime. Been training quite a bit, and but I'm not training now. And as long as the money still is kind of rolling like it is right now, I'm going to try to stay solo. Might be picking up my daughter again. I don't know. She talked about might wanting to come back out if I was still solo. So we might have some content like that. When my other daughter graduates this year from high school, she wants to come out with me. So cool content on the way. Again, I got some cool toys, but I still need to learn how to use them, the GoPros and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for stuff that's not just this, because if I have to sit here and look at my face sitting in a truck seat just babbling along, I'm going to lose interest again. So I've got to do stuff on my end to keep my interest going. But all that said, I also think since there has been such a big break, that I've got a good opportunity to kind of reset and start from the beginning. And I think that's going to be kind of my outline of where I go. I'm going to kind of, as a 4-year person, go back to the beginning from the days that I just showed up on campus and maybe talk through that for a new audience. You know, amazingly enough, I think my numbers of subscriptions over the past year almost didn't budge. It actually ticked up by like 4 or 5 people out there. Welcome aboard. Sorry, it's all new content to the new folks, but anyway, I'm planning to get back on the ball here and get going. But yeah, I think I gained a net of 5 subscribers in my year and a half. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know as I'm doing this in the moment. Actually, I think I deleted it. Shit. Never mind, scratch that. I had a video that my daughter and I did when she was with me, and that was going to be this, you know, coming back video. But I just wasn't prepared and everything. I didn't get the little tiny bit of editing that I do and creating the thumbnail. I just didn't get to it, and I didn't put it up. That was back in December, but when I said that, I was thinking I would tack that on to this. But I think in an effort to make space on my phone, I think it might have been one that I accidentally deleted. Sorry, Ashley, if you're watching. They're not watching. They don't watch anymore. They used to. They watch if I tell them that I mention them or do something with them, but otherwise they're not picking it up. All right, guys. I think that's everything. I've got much more to say, and I'll fill you in also on the span of while I've been gone. Some interesting things along the way. Some cool things during training, bad things during training, my time with my daughter. I'll probably go back and talk a little bit about that, so I won't go into any more detail there. So, for better or worse, I'm back. I'm planning to do more videos. Look forward to diving into the comments with you guys, because I really always did really appreciate and was shocked by the support that I got from my following, whatever. It always marveled me that I could count the haters or trolls or whatever on one hand, and for whatever reason my trolls weren't very good at what they do. They really not very good at their craft. I think that's because I don't usually delve into the money and leasing and all that garbage that the trolls come out of their caves immediately for. I talk about it a little bit more, but it's in general terms rather than showing my stupid pay stubs and all that garbage. Whatever. I don't owe that to anybody. Believe me or not, I truly don't care. So I talk in more general terms. Am I enjoying myself? Am I making money? Yes, no, that kind of thing. I don't feel like I need to bring the receipts. You can watch other channels for that. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. I hope to see y'all soon. I hope to see some new people. I'm hoping maybe this will reboot and I'll get a whole new slew of people that might get something from what I have to say. So anyway, welcome back to you guys too. I can't wait to start interacting with you again. All right, have a good one, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.